I'm watching again, but I just could not.
I think bedchem is my fave. Please very kindly excuse the fan noise. It's incredibly hot still. We had like a week of good days and now it's just back to sweat constantly. So welcome to the vlog, welcome to my channel. If you're new, I wanted to start a vlog over the next couple of weeks. I am doing stuff for other videos, so this is gonna kind of be sporadic, but I wanted to start a vlog anyways. I am about to do some yoga because I'm incredibly sore, but I'm in kind of just a chatty mood, so I thought I could do a little intro, get my yoga in, and then we'll come back and talk. So happy Monday. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, I finished my yoga video and I'm feeling a lot more calm. I know that intro was a little bit all over the place. I'm incredibly sore because I recently discovered this fitness channel named Heather something. This is the video I did specifically. She has a ton of videos of different types of workouts, yoga, Pilates, all that kind of stuff. I spoke in my last vlog about how I have been trying to find forms of exercise that will help me with my anxiety, my ADHD, but I just don't have the money to go take like classes and stuff, and I also am not going to a gym. That's just not for me. I have been looking into free resources, YouTube channels, and I'm incredibly sore, and so I needed to do like a little yoga 10-minute thing. This is the channel that I use to do yoga videos. Really noticed an improvement with specifically my like feelings of restlessness and my fidgeting and all of that. Something that's come to the forefront of my mind recently is my anxiety and my ADHD and all of that, and I have realized that if I am not stimulated, then I really struggle with like getting focused and with not fidgeting and doing like one task and all of those kinds of things. The ADHD thing is new for me. I know that like 44% of autistic people have ADHD, but it's just never something that I really looked into, and it was recommended to me by my therapist of like, hey, let's explore this thing. I'm not medicating for it or anything at this moment, but yeah, so it's like been a journey for me exploring that and what it means, and like noticing the signs and just learning how to take better care of myself. And I think that's like the most important aspect of getting these diagnoses and like learning more about yourself, is like learning how to take care of yourself, especially with these things like autism and ADHD that are so rooted in your mental well-being and the way that you function and your executive functioning. I have never had a really good relationship with movement and working out and all of that. I have not had a healthy relationship with it, and I have been very resistant to it pretty much my whole life for a lot of reasons. And I just got to a point where I was like, no, I'm gonna do this thing and I'm gonna give it a shot, right? Like, it can't hurt for me to just try and see in the comfort of my own home. I'm gonna find some videos, do some things that I really like. That's another thing that's very hard for me, is like, I will never do something consistently if I don't enjoy it. So I've been trying to find videos that I really like and other avenues of movement that I really like, and that I feel like will be sustainable over time. And I feel like I'm getting into a little bit of a rhythm. I personally love weightlifting or doing workouts with weights. It's so satisfying, and it just like you just have this like fatigue that is just perfect, just brilliant. I love the fatigue that comes from working out personally. Ruminating on is like identifying those parts of myself that aren't contributing in a healthy way, and rewiring what those parts can do, right? There's no bad parts, but sometimes those parts aren't helping in a healthy way, and we have to figure out how to get them there. And so I've been really reflecting on my day-to-day, like really taking a microscope to my day and being like, okay, what is not working? What is leaving me feeling these feelings of anxiety, this feeling of restlessness where I feel like I can't focus, like what is causing that? And I recently discovered that I have a boring job. I have a job that doesn't stimulate me. It can be exhausting. Boredom is exhausting. And so I need to take steps to make that better. What can I do during the day while I'm at work, between tasks? What can I do to alleviate some of that or stimulate myself in some way? So that's just like really the area that I've been focusing on recently, in addition to like the new types of content that I've been making and all of that. And I've just been really thinking about like my health, and it's a hard and sensitive topic, but I feel good doing these movements. And I think that's the important part of like finding things that work for you and finding and building habits and routines off of them. And I just am really thinking about my own health a lot. It causes a lot of anxiety in and of itself. I have a lot of health anxiety and I'm very good at compartmentalizing, but having to actually face those, it can be scary and overwhelming, but you just have to find things that feel good for you and go from there. So I'm trying, I'm really trying, and I can only improve every single day. And the way that I look at it is like, you start every day at 0, and not doing something, like not getting movement in, you're not going negative, you're not going below 0, you're just staying at 0, and anything else that you do after that or aside from that is just a boost. And that's how I try to stay out of like a negative mindset, because I do fall into those negative thoughts. The fact that I'm in therapy has helped a lot with the whole process of even like getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to make a change. And that's kind of where I have been at. And it's not even about weight, it's not even about looks, it's about the fact that I can't function if I don't have stimulation, if I don't have this avenue, if I just sit there and I do nothing all day. I don't have this. And YouTube and reading and video game, like, they're not enough. I need something else. I need something that's gonna give me the body stimulation that I need, and the fact that it's good is just an added bonus. That's like my thoughts, really. Plans for the rest of the week. It is Tuesday. I said in my intro Monday. That intro was just a whole mess. But plans for the rest of the week. Today we have our Lorcana event. We do it every Tuesdays. We go to a local comic book store and we play Lorcana. It's like a card game TCG situation. So we do that at 6 every Tuesday, and I enjoy it. So we have that tonight. But in between now and then, I have a lot of reading that I need to do. I need to film an update clip for a reading vlog that's coming in October. And so this week, I'm not really going to be doing a ton of fun things as far as like free for the vlog, for this vlog or anything like that. It's going to be a lot of like working for future videos, but I'll try to update you here and there. Cause I'm just in a chatty mood, and I have been bouncing between people that do, like, specifically Hannah Alonso, who does like anti-MLM videos, so like sit down videos, and I've also been watching a ton of like vloggers. Vlogs are my favorite type of content to consume, and I specifically love people that just talk, that just like talk nonstop. I have to find a creator that I really like for that to work for me. Otherwise, I like really beautifully crafted, lots of B-roll, like a whole vibe type videos. But if it's a creator that I really love, then I will watch them chat for like an hour, and it's put me in a chatty mood, you know. So I've been bouncing between those two, and it's just put me in a mood where like I want to just chat and get out my thoughts. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go read my book until Lorcana happens, and then we will talk later. Good morning, friends. It is the 30th. It's Friday. It's been a couple of days since we talked. I know I was all gung-ho on Tuesday, but to be honest, Wednesday was my birthday, and I had such a bad mental health day that over other like family stuff and all of that, unrelated, kind of unrelated to my birthday, but so I just like got in bed. I went to work, I spiraled, and then I came home and I got in bed, and then my partner got us dinner and we watched TV together, and it was a nice night, but I was just mentally like not there. Speaking of, don't forget to take your medication, my girls. I've never said that. I don't know why that sounded so weird. And then yesterday I was working on one of my reading vlogs for October, so that's kind of where I've been, and I wanted to give you guys an update. Today I am off from work, obviously, but my mother is coming over to do her laundry, so she'll be here for several hours, and I'll probably read and clean the house and stuff while she's here. But I wanted to talk because I have been off of social media for almost a year now. I haven't had Twitter in maybe 4 or 5 years. So I just had Instagram. Maybe it was 4 years. I think it was 4 years. I had it like in the beginning of my YouTube situation, and then I deleted it just because it's like a toxic hellscape. And so I just had Instagram, and then I would like occasionally have TikTok, but again, what I've come to discover is I just don't do well mentally with constant input, constant opinions, constant news, I guess, in my brain. And so I deleted everything like last November, and so I've been without social media since then. And a lot of that was like me just not being mentally well enough to interact with social media in that way, which was a very weird experience for me because I have been chronically online my whole life. Like Tumblr, Twitter, like all of those, I've always had them my whole life, like middle school on. And so it was weird being without it, but I quickly realized not only how good it was for me, but also how much I didn't miss it. Like, I didn't think about it. I had been distancing myself for some time before I finally just deleted it. I didn't delete the accounts, I just deleted it off my phone. And I had been distancing myself for a while, and I didn't miss it at all, like at all. Over the last, year or whatever, I have occasionally re-downloaded it, and then I'll do a scroll and I'm like, nope, not ready yet, not for me yet, and so I'll re-delete it. And then the other day, it was like Monday or something like that, I wanted to re-download stuff, and I wanted to get back into it, and I wanted to like have a presence online or whatever. And I have noticed a decline in my mental health, like almost immediately. The scrolling, I didn't get TikTok, I just got Instagram and I got Threads, which I like Threads. It feels very much like Twitter, but also it's just not it, it's just, yeah. And so I was just like scrolling and freaking out about like wanting to build my platform back up and wanting it done now. And so I just like ended up stressing myself out, and it's just not a good space for me. I feel like I'm so much happier without it. There are a ton of benefits to social media, but I just think that the cons outweigh it for me, and like I think it benefits people a lot. And I have felt very disconnected from the world because the only news I get is from the news, which I feel like is good, but also like social media is a great place to read about others' opinions and others' perspective and stuff. And so over the past year, I do feel like I have been disconnected. I feel like the pros of social media for me definitely don't outweigh the cons. And so I've put a time limit on my app. iPhone allows you to do a time limit. I have 5 minutes every day. I think for now I'm gonna do that, and then I probably eventually will delete them again, and maybe I'll try again in a year or something. But I I don't know. I wish I was one of those people. Granted, this social media is very different than when I was in middle school and when I was a teenager. Like, the expectations are different and the connectedness is different. Yeah, I just don't feel like it's for me, and that's really tough as someone who is kind of trying to like build a platform or whatever. My goal isn't to like be an influencer or anything, but I would like to build a community, and I feel like one of the #1 things that they tell you is to get on other platforms, but I just think that's really not for me. And maybe if that's something that is required for my growth, maybe I don't want that growth. And so I don't know, we'll see. Maybe, I don't know. The whole thing is very confusing, and I think as an autistic person, it's hard to disconnect yourself from expectations and follow your own heart and follow your own gut. And I think a lot of the times we don't know how to interpret those signs from our brains and from our bodies of like, hey, this is not working, like there's something wrong with this is not making us feel good. It can be hard to interpret those cues in ourselves. And I think when it comes to social media, even when I wasn't able to, back in November, even when I wasn't able to interpret those cues, I knew something wasn't right, and like I needed to just stop. And I've been very back and forth with my relationship with social media. It's like this weird feeling of like being disconnected from everybody. I don't know if it's like an autism thing of like just feeling different and disconnected just in general, but I don't know, like it just leaves me feeling icky, and I don't feel like it should do that. Like, I do think there are bad parts of social media. For most people, the connection to others and the benefits outweigh that, and for me, I just don't have that, and I really wish that I did, because there's a part of me that creatively like wants to do short form content, and I have so many ideas for short form that I just can't do. Like, I could do them on YouTube, but I don't know, like I don't know. If you're autistic and you also have similar struggles, like I would love to talk down below, or just in general, like if you have similar struggles with social media, I would love to talk, because it feels very isolating, because I think people are so connected, like especially with TikTok and stuff. Like, I feel like TikTok is such a universal thing at this point, like everybody has it, and it can feel isolating to not be one of those people and like not be in on the joke and not know the slang and what's going on and what's popular. And it's like another isolating effect of autism, and I try not to let that be. I try not to have that be, because I think a common misconception about autism is that we are unable to socialize with people, but honestly, we're able to socialize with people that understand us and nurture us and interact with us in the way that we need. But I just feel very isolated by it, and I don't think that that helps me like in any way, especially when I'm struggling with feeling different and feeling, I don't know. So that's my rant. I think eventually I'll end up getting rid of Instagram. Like, I do like Instagram. I like the stories. I like the idea of being able to connect with you guys. Those are just kind of my musings. Those are what I've been going through the past couple of days, aside from the family stuff that I wanted to get on here and talk about. Other than that, I have been incredibly sore from that one workout video. So I've been doing yoga every day to like stretch myself out, just like 10-minute yoga, the same video that I did that first day, and I've just been trying to like recover. Another thing is like, okay, I guess this is just gonna be a forever long clip, but another thing is I am on weekly sessions with my therapist, and I think it's great for my autistic brain that likes a routine, and it's also great for me when I'm struggling, because I know that I only have to make it a week, right? Like, I only have to make it to Thursday to be able to talk to her and figure stuff out, because she's very grounding, and she's like helps me think through stuff and work through stuff. She's on vacation this week, so I won't see her again until Thursday, and like I got a bunch of family news and a ton of stuff was like going on with my family, and like my mental well-being was not great. And so the fact that I didn't have her, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to talk to her yesterday. I just like felt very, very overwhelmed. And I've been in therapy a year, and part of the point of therapy is to like work through this stuff and also eventually have tools to like work through this stuff on your own. And I just don't have those tools yet. I think I'm getting there, but I'm a little bit reliant on my therapist at this point, which I try not to like beat myself up about or like think that it's a bad thing. I'm just like letting the process be what it is, and I don't try to overthink it or feel any type of way about it. I just let myself feel and then go from there. And I'm very open with my therapist about where I am in the process and how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, because I feel very, very comfortable with her. Like, she's the best therapist I've ever had, and it's very healing. So the fact that I have to go 2 weeks without seeing her is a lot. It's a little overwhelming, but you know, it is what it is. Just a lot of like stuff floating around, and I'm also trying to work on other videos, so like a lot of my attention is on that, and I just feel like I have so much stuff swirling in my head. So 15 minutes is long enough for this clip. I think I'm gonna go drink my coffee and finish some cleaning that I need to do before my mom gets here, and then I'm gonna spend the day reading the book that I'm reading for another video. So we'll talk later. I'm sorry if this video thus far has just been, I mean, I know for a fact it's just been me yapping, but sometimes it be like that. So we'll talk later. Okay, I need to start dinner. I am making this like casserole thing, but my mom just left. She did my nails for me. They're like this really pretty ombre pink with sparkles. I really like it. I love pink nails. I think they're so cute. But I didn't do any reading. We pretty much just talked and watched TV the whole time. And I did some like cleaning and stuff, but other than that, like, I'm feeling pretty okay. I feel okay. For the rest of the night, I need to make dinner. My partner will get home, we'll spend our hangout time, and then I'll probably read after that once he goes to bed. So that's the rest of my day. Obviously, I don't work tomorrow. That was my day. I'm gonna watch some MLM videos until, well, I need to start the food now, but I'm gonna watch some MLM videos while I cook and then go from there. So this is my outfit for the day. It's this purple situation. Very, very comfy, but we'll talk later. Tomorrow, probably. I'm gonna go start dinner. Okay, I just did a workout video. It's 8 in the morning. And I did it with nothing. I just like got up and did it, and I will say that I don't think that I like working out either in the morning or with nothing in my body. That was hard. That was hard, and it was like a shorter video than the last one, and that was way harder, I feel like, to do. We'll see if like doing it in the morning does anything. I'll report back. My pinky popped off petting Bane last night, so I need to glue that back on. But I think I'm gonna shower and get ready for the day, and then I need to film a clip for the reading vlog that I'm doing, and then I need to do more reading for today. I'm trying to get like 50% of the way through this book before the end of the weekend. Like, this video is not out until November, but I want to get the first book done. I'm reading an entire series, and I want to get the first book done before, like, soon. So that's the update. I'm gonna shower and get ready for the day, film that clip, and then we'll go from there. Oh, and I need to eat breakfast as well. This is my outfit for today. I will say that in the Amazon, like, photo, this back piece looks way different than it does in person. So, little misleading, but what can you get from Amazon, you know what I mean? But this is the outfit. I am loving these like yoga tops and stuff. I feel so good in them, so I'm slowly building my wardrobe. These shorts I'm not a big fan of. I prefer the pants that I've been getting. Oh, but time for breakfast.
Never find the words, which honestly is why I've been away for like again, but I just could not, like I just couldn't find the way of saying and like
How are we feeling about Sabrina's new album? I'm not like a huge Sabrina fan, and I'm not like in love with this album, but there's some bangers on it. I think my favorites are Bedchem, Espresso, Dumb and Poetic, Juno, and I don't know how I feel about, I think I like Good Graces and Sharpest Tool, but I think Bedchem is my favorite. I have liked a couple of her songs in the past. This is fun. Like, it's fun, it's sexy, it's charming. I love the lyrics. The lyrics are hilarious. They are a little bit like ripping men apart, which I love. The first time I listened to it, I wasn't the biggest fan of really any of them, but on this second re-listen, I'm enjoying them. But speaking of music, my favorite albums from this year have been Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande, Not Now I'm Busy by Joyner Lucas, Unreal Unearthed by Hosier, and Might Delete Later by J. Cole. And I've really been liking Falling in Reverse's new album. Is it a new album or is it just like singles? Popular Monster. I feel like, yeah, it came out this year and I really, really, really loved Last Resort, the reimagined version. And there's a couple of really good songs on there. Those are just some of the albums that I've loved this year. My music taste is all over the place, as you can tell. Love me some pop girlies, love me some rap, love me some alt. I love everything. So if it's good, I love it. But yeah, Sabrina's new album, it has some bangers on there. I love the style. I love the sound. I love the lyrics. Like, there's definitely some songs that I'm not a big fan of, but like the albums that I just named, like some of my favorites, like no misses. Like Eternal Sunshine, no misses. Like Unheard on Earth, no misses. Hosier rarely ever has any misses, but yeah, so this album, I'm liking it. I think there are some good ones that I like added to my playlist and really like and will listen to again, but there's some that I'm not really loving. So it is Tuesday. I am at work. I started Devil in Disguise last night. I got 121 pages in. This is the last book in the Ravenel series. One of my favorite series of all time, especially historical romance. I just read the 6th book recently, Tom's book, and this is about Kier and Merritt. Merritt owns a shipping company. Kier is a whiskey distributor. They had one night of passion and went their separate ways. I don't tend to like early hookups, but Lisa Kleypas is like my favorite writer of all time, I think, so it's easy for me to get on board with really anything she writes. So I have been putting off reading Lisa Kleypas's books because I don't want to run out, you know. I don't want to not have Lisa Kleypas. I have slowly been making my way through her series, and I blew through the Wallflowers. It wasn't my favorite, but I did like it. And then I've been taking my time with the Ravenels because I've loved almost every single one of them. I think the only one I gave less than 5 stars was the first one. I don't want to like run out of her books because I love her so much. So I'm loving this so far. Don't really like early hookups in books, but I'm loving the chemistry between the characters. And this dynamic is pretty interesting. Lisa is writing about it in a good way. I'm loving, loving, loving Merritt. She's such an interesting woman. I love her like caregiving personality, but also her bossy personality. I think it's great, and Kira's interesting. I've already like tabbed some or dog-eared some scenes that I'm obsessed with, so this is what I'm currently reading. And then I also started another fantasy book, but I'm not like massively into it page length-wise or feeling-wise, so that's it. I'm gonna go into work and we'll talk probably later or tomorrow or something. Hi friends, it is the following Wednesday. I don't think I've updated you this week. If I have completely forgotten. I just did a mobility workout from Heather's channel, and I was maybe a little bit too sore to really do it. I was hoping it would be more stretching, and it was quite a bit of stretching, but it also was a little bit strenuous as well. I did 2 workouts, back-to-back weighted workouts, and on the second day I incorporated my 25-pound weights, and it immediately made the workout that much harder. So I'm very sore today, but I feel good. I feel good. I haven't had too many really anxious days. Yesterday I prioritized my workout, and then I had Lorcana to do, and it was quite a late night, so I didn't get a chance to update you guys, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. So for now, I need a shower. It is now day 5 of dirty hair, I think, and I need to shower and wash my hair, and then I need to get some chores done around the house. I have been slacking a little bit. Not too bad. I just have some dishes and some laundry that I need to do. Honestly, the dishes are like 1 day of dishes. but our kitchen area is small, so it looks like a lot. So I need to do dishes, laundry, all of that. And then I would like to finish the book I'm currently reading, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And I also need to play test some Lorcana decks to decide what I want to play. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go get my shower in, do those chores, and we'll talk later. We'll talk about the book I'm reading, more info on that, and just chat. So okay, I'm freshly showered. I have the laundry going. The dishwasher is loaded up, and I have lunch in the air fryer. So I'm waiting for that to cook, and while I'm waiting, I'm watching Emily D. Baker's newest video. I thought I could come on here and talk about sort of like my health plans for the future. So I think I have talked kind of at length, rambled about my plans for my health journey or whatever. Editing that back was a whole mess because none of it made any sense, but just the initial clips that I filmed for this video like last week were like 45 minutes, so it's probably gonna be a long one, but I thought we could talk a little bit about my plans. So as I talked about in the beginning of this video, a lot of the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing is for my ADHD and my mental health. I have been very candid and open on this channel about my mental health. I made this whole transition from just book content to a more lifestyle content for this reason, because I was going through so much mentally that I felt called to share it online and help anybody that came across the video feel less alone, or anything, you know. If one person watched a video and got something out of it, like I felt called to do that. Since very young, I've always wanted to be a therapist or a counselor or something like that. And that's just not the direction my life has gone, but I feel like maybe this little slice of the internet can help in some way. So all of that is to say, a lot of what I'm doing now, yes, it's good for like my physique and losing weight and all of that, but mostly it's because I have realized how much my mental well-being affects my whole life. And like, obviously that makes sense, right? That's kind of self-explanatory, but when you're in it and you are struggling, you don't realize how everything affects everything. I have noticed such an improvement, especially with my anxiety, since I started working out regularly. I've always really struggled to have a routine, and I think if you've been on this channel for a while, every couple of months I'll be like, oh, I'm like back into doing little 30-minute walks or whatever on my walking pad, but it's never been sustainable to me because it's just so. But I do want to have a form of cardio. There are videos that I could do, but I want to do something else, and my favorite form is swimming. I love swimming. It's one of my favorites. I've loved it my whole life, and so I applied for a scholarship to the YMCA. Their membership is crazy expensive. Like, I just wanted somewhere to swim. I don't want to go to my local area's community building. I'm just not comfortable with it. So I applied to the YMCA where I work. I'm hoping that I'll get a scholarship. They call it a scholarship. It's like possibly a $0 or some amount of dollars less than what it actually is. It's income based, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can get approved, and I'm hoping that it's a good fit. If it's something that I really love, I feel like I can skimp in other ways and like cut back in other ways to make this work, but I would be swimming a ton. Like, to justify spending that much money just to swim, like, I feel like I would have to go at least 3 times a week, probably every day, like every work day, go after work and swim for 30-45 minutes, however long would need to justify it. So I think that's the plan, but ideally I want to balance yoga, weightlifting, and swimming. So what I'm thinking is, at the moment, I'm on kind of like a every other day schedule with working out, and by when I say working out, I mean weightlifting with 10 and 25 pounds. Obviously, I want to go up eventually because I want to, my goal, I don't even want to talk about my goal for lifting because it's so crazy, but I want to be strong, you know? I want to like feel strong in my body. So 2 to 3 times a week. Yoga on the days that I can't physically do it, like I'm too sore. And then I also want to swim 2 to 3 times a week, depending on whether I get this grant or scholarship or whatever. I think that would be great because the place that I'm hoping to get this membership from is like 15 minutes from my work. So like I'm thinking that if I get the scholarship, then I can go after work every day. It shouldn't be too busy. I feel like if I go on a weekday, it's late, it's kind of mid-afternoon, it's just gonna be a bunch of retirees, which I'm fine with. My anxiety is not with retirees, you know, so I'm hoping that works. I haven't swam in years, but the idea of getting in there and just swimming for like 30 to 45 minutes sounds so good. Regardless, okay, my food's done. Regardless, that's kind of my plan. I'm also working not super hard on, hi bud. I'm also working not super hard on just eating better in general. My diet is not great. I think it's common for particularly millennials and autistic people or people with ADHD to rely really heavily on like pre-made food or fast food or just like ordering out, and I'm trying to really get away from that. I do make food here at home. I just make pasta, and that's not great. So I'm really trying to focus on just being a little bit more well-rounded all around, you know, just for my own mental well-being, and the fact that it helps my body as well is awesome. So I don't have like a weight goal or a goal in mind, and I think that's the healthiest approach for me, is to not focus on a goal. I don't even own a weight. I don't even own a scale, so I don't even know, like I know what I weigh from the doctor's appointment that I had like when I got my surgery in, what was that, April? But other than that, I have no idea, and I don't really want to know, and I don't want to think about it. I have like inspiration in mind for like buff mommies that I want to look like, but that's like a long-term life goal, not anytime soon, and I'm not pushing myself for it. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna go eat my lunch and probably play some Lorcana, and then that'll be my day until my partner gets home, and then he works tomorrow, so we'll do our usual night routine, but yeah. Friends, it is Thursday, and I wanted to talk and wrap up this vlog because I recently started the 4th season of Nancy Drew. If you have been around my channel, you'll know that I've been doing recaps. This is not the move. Recaps of Nancy Drew, and I need to get the 3rd one ready to go, so I need to actually watch it, take my notes and all that stuff. So but I started it and it's so freaking good, so I'm excited to watch some more of it, and I think that's what I'm gonna do this weekend. So I'm gonna wrap the vlog up here. I did end up finishing the historical romance that I was reading. I don't think we really talked about it at all, and I left the book at work. So The Devil in Disguise by Lisa Kleypas. This is the last book in the Ravenel series. I think they have a pretty immediate attraction to each other. It's definitely one of those love at first sight, very into each other emotionally, like day one, right off the bat sort of things. That's not my favorite trope. That's not my favorite setup for a romance. I don't like early hookups in books. Despite that, I really enjoyed this. I landed on a 4-star for it. I think it's a very sweet romance. Lisa Kleypas can honestly do no wrong, in my opinion. I haven't read a single book of hers that I disliked. And this one is no different, despite not liking the stuff in it. But I think here is a very honest and sweet and earnest hero. He's a little bit stubborn, but he makes no qualms of professing his love. And there is the amnesia trope in this for like a couple of chapters. So if you don't like amnesia, you might not like this, but it's like only for a couple of chapters, I would say. So I liked it overall. I think it's good. I'm ready to move on to her other works, so I think that's probably what I'm going to focus on until I need to start a video for November or December later on. I'm trying to take a break and like read the stuff that I actually like. Obviously I'm reading the reading vlogs that I'm coming out with in the end of the year that I've already worked on. Like, I'm reading stuff that I want to read, right? Like, these are my video ideas. Like, nobody's forcing me to read them, but they're kind of pre-planned. Most of them are picked for me from lists and stuff, so I'm trying to take a break from that and read some books that are just like mood reads and stuff like that. So I'm gonna wait to film that one, I think, later on in September or October. We'll see, we'll see. I have a couple of months. But for tomorrow and the rest of the weekend, I'm probably going to be focusing on watching Nancy Drew, hanging out with my partner, all of that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'll film, but I will be starting a vlog for next week. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I know there was a lot of talk around health and stuff like that, but that's just kind of a life update, I suppose. And I would love to talk down below on how you're doing. Are you on a health journey? If you're not, that's cool. I would love to talk about anything. What'd you read this week? How's your life going? Let's just talk. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos like this. I do vlogs, but like I said, I also do like pop culture and reading videos. I game occasionally. All of my socials are linked down below. Trying to be a little bit more active on like Instagram and stuff. So if you want to catch up with me over there, that's always linked down below. And of course, my Goodreads is also linked down below if you want to follow what I'm reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.